Your mind is still going. I know. I can feel it from here. Your body stopped moving hours ago. You found your way to bed, pulled the covers up, put your earbuds in, and part of you thought, okay, maybe tonight will be different. Maybe tonight, the quiet would actually feel quiet. But it doesn't. There's something running underneath the stillness. A conversation you keep replaying. A worry that showed up sometime around 3 o'clock this afternoon and never left. A fear that doesn't have a name yet, just a weight. Just that low, heavy pressure that sits right in the center of your chest and doesn't ask permission to be there. You know the feeling I'm talking about. You've been carrying it all day. Through the things you had to get done. Through the smile you put on when someone needed you to be okay. Through the moment you almost said something and didn't. Through the evening, through the routine, through all of it. And now it's just you and the dark, and that thing is still here. That's where we're starting tonight. Not with pretending it isn't there. Not with rushing past it to get to the peace part. Right here, right in the middle of the weight, because here's what I want you to know before we go one step further. You don't have to figure it out tonight. You don't have to resolve it. You don't have to have the right words. You don't have to pray perfectly or feel something specific or show up to God with your heart already cleaned up and organized. You just have to breathe. That's it. That's all that's required of you right now. One breath. In through the nose, slow, and let it go. Feel that? Something in your chest just shifted a little. Not because the weight is gone. It isn't. Not yet. But because you just gave your body permission to stop bracing. And that matters more than you know. I want to tell you something, and I need you to hear it before the prayer begins. God already knows what you brought to bed tonight. He saw the moment it started. He saw the conversation that left you feeling like less than you are. He saw the thing that happened, or didn't happen, that's been sitting in the back of your mind ever since. He saw you hold it together when you needed to. He saw you hold it together when you were exhausted. He saw every version of you today, the strong one and the scared one, and he is not surprised by any of it. He's not waiting for you to explain yourself. He's not waiting for you to have it together. He led you here, to this moment, to this prayer, because he already knew what tonight would need to be, so you didn't find this by accident. I need you to understand that. Whatever brought you here, a search, a recommendation, a feeling that you just needed something before you closed your eyes, that was not random. That was a God who sees you and who made sure you had somewhere to land tonight. And this is it. This is your place tonight. Before the prayer starts, before we bring any of it before God, I want you to do one more thing. Take whatever it is. That specific thing. The one your mind went to the moment I said the weight you brought to bed. You know exactly what I mean. The one that's been quiet all day and gets loud the second everything else goes silent. I want you to picture yourself holding it. Both hands. Feel the weight of it. Really feel it. And then I want you to hear this. You are not meant to carry this through the night. That is not your assignment. Your assignment tonight is rest. And rest is not something you earn by solving things first. Rest is what God offers you in spite of the unsolved things, because of his faithfulness. Because he doesn't sleep, and he doesn't need you to stay awake on his behalf. The night watch. His night watch has already begun, and all he's asking from you is this. Let me hold what you've been holding. So let's do this together. Right now, you and me and him in this room. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. You didn't even realize you were holding it, did you? Let your hands open, palms up, on top of the covers. That's the posture of someone who is about to be covered. And before this prayer ends tonight, that's exactly what you're going to be. Covered, shielded, held, not because you earned it, not because today was perfect, but because He is, and because you belong to Him, and because nothing that was sent against you will be allowed to cross the threshold of this night. Let's pray. You brought the weight. Now let's talk about what you've been carrying it alone, because I have a feeling you've been the one praying for everyone else today, and someone needed to pray for you. Lord, I want to talk to you about her for a moment, because she's been talking to you about everyone else all day. She prayed for her kids this morning, maybe out loud, maybe just in her heart while she was making coffee and trying to get everyone out the door. She carried her husband in her mind, even if she didn't say his name. She thought about that friend who's going through something hard, and she whispered something quiet for her without even framing it as a prayer. She sent up worry on behalf of people who will never know she did it. She does this. That's who she is. She's the one who notices when someone goes quiet. She's the one who checks in. She's the one who says, "I'm praying for you," and actually means it, actually does it, actually follows up. But tonight, Lord, who prayed for her? I'm asking because I think she needs to hear the answer. And the answer is, you did. You are. Right now, in this moment, the God of the universe, the one who calls the stars by name, the one who knit her together before she took her first breath, the one who has never once taken His eyes off of her, is praying over her. Romans 8 says it plainly. The Spirit Himself intercedes for us. Not sometimes, not when we've been good enough. Himself, constantly, on our behalf. She is being prayed over right now. Even before I say another word, I want her to feel that. Not just know it, feel it. Let me tell you about a woman in Scripture who understood this kind of invisible, bone-deep alone. Her name was Hagar. She wasn't the main character in anyone's story. She was the one on the edges, the servant, the displaced, the one who ended up in the wilderness because circumstances she didn't choose brought her there. She was sitting in the desert with her son, out of water, out of options, convinced that no one was coming. She moved away from her child because she couldn't watch what she thought was going to happen. She sat down at a distance and wept. And then, the angel of God called to her, not in a booming voice from a mountaintop, directly to her, by name. "What is wrong with you, Hagar?" Which in that context was not a rebuke. It was the most intimate question in the world. I see exactly what's wrong. I see you. I've been watching. I came here for you specifically. And then God opened her eyes, and the well was right there. It had been there the whole time. She wasn't forgotten. She wasn't invisible. She had just lost her ability to see what was already present. That's what tonight is for. God is opening your eyes to the well that's already there. You are not in this room alone. The loneliness you feel, the specific kind that comes after a long day of being needed by everyone and seen by no one, that loneliness is real, and I'm not going to minimize it. But it is not the truth about your situation. It is a feeling. And feelings, even the true ones, are not always the full picture. The full picture is this. He sees you, not a general, distant, theological seeing, not the way someone sees a crowd from a balcony, the way he saw Hagar in the desert, the way he sees you right now, lying in this bed, earbuds in, the weight still present, the day still lingering in your chest. He sees the version of you that you didn't show anyone today. He sees what you almost said. He sees what you held back because it wasn't the right time, or because someone else needed you to be strong, or because you've learned, through years of experience, that not everyone can hold what you carry. He sees the prayer you couldn't finish because the words ran out. He sees the moment you sat in your car for 3 extra minutes before going inside because you needed 30 seconds of quiet that no one was going to give you. He was there for every single one of those moments, and he is here for this one. There's another image I want to give you, a different one. Think about a child, young, maybe 4 or 5, who has had a hard day. Not a dramatic, catastrophic day, just a hard one. The kind where nothing went right, where she felt misunderstood, where she bumped her knee and cried more than the bump warranted, because the bump wasn't really what she was crying about. At the end of that day, her father comes in and sits on the edge of her bed. He doesn't ask her to explain the whole day. He doesn't need a report. He just sits, and maybe he puts his hand on her back. And the moment that hand lands, something in her lets go. Something that had been braced all day just releases, because she didn't need him to fix it. She needed to know he was there. That is what God is doing right now. His hand is on your back. Not figuratively, spiritually, which is more real than figuratively. His presence in this room is not a metaphor. It is a fact. And the release you're starting to feel, that slow loosening somewhere behind your sternum, that is not your imagination. That is contact. That is what it feels like when the God who never sleeps turns his full attention to you and says, I see you. I know what today cost you. I'm not going anywhere. I want to pray something specific over you now, because this prayer isn't for everyone in general. This one is for you, the woman who prayed for others and forgot to let anyone pray for her, the woman who is strong in public and exhausted in private, the woman who wonders, in the quiet of nights like this one, whether God notices the specific weight she carries or whether she's just one of many. She is not one of many. She is known. Lord, I bring her before you right now, not as a category, not as a type, but as this specific woman, in this specific bed, on this specific night, with this specific weight. You know her name. You know the thing she hasn't said out loud yet. You know the face that comes to mind when she hears the word worried. You know the relationship that's been draining her in ways she can barely articulate. You know the fear that visits her in the dark and doesn't always have the decency to identify itself. You know all of it, and Lord, I'm asking you to let her feel, right now in this moment, before she falls asleep, that she is not invisible to you, that she is not an afterthought, that she is not the woman who prays for everyone else and then lies awake alone. She is your daughter, and you have not taken your eyes off of her all day. Not when she was holding it together. Not when she was barely holding it together. Not when she was driving in silence and not quite sure what she was feeling. Not now. Never now. Cover her with that truth, Lord. Let it settle into the places in her that stopped expecting to be seen. Let it reach the parts of her that have quietly started to believe that she is somehow less important than the people she intercedes for. She is not. She is covered. She is held. She is not alone. Let me ask you something, and I want you to just breathe through the answer. When was the last time you let someone pray for you? Not pray with you, for you. When was the last time you sat still and let someone else hold the words while you just received? It's okay if you can't remember. A lot of women who love God deeply are much better at giving than receiving. It's not a flaw. It comes from a real place, a generous place. But over time, if you never let anyone pray over you, you start to feel like prayer is something you do for others. And slowly, subtly, you start to feel alone in a way you can't quite explain. Because you're surrounded by people you love, people you pray for, people you show up for, and still something feels missing. What's missing is this: someone turning toward you. Tonight, I'm turning toward you, and more than me, He is turning toward you. The God who saw Hagar in the desert, the Father who sits on the edge of the bed, the one whose spirit intercedes with groanings too deep for words. He is turned fully toward you right now, and He is saying the same thing He has always said to His own. You are not alone. You were never alone. I am here. Take a breath. Let that land somewhere real in you. You are seen. You are known. You are prayed over. And before this night is done, you are going to be covered in ways that go far beyond what you came here asking for. Now that we know she's not invisible, let's make sure everything around her knows it too. Lord, we're about to declare protection over every inch of the space where she lays her head tonight. Lord, we're going to do something specific right now. We're going to walk through her house together, not physically, spiritually, which, again, is more real. We're going to move through every door, every window, every room, every corner of the space where she rests tonight, and we are going to declare what is allowed in and what is not. Because that's what you do. You are not a God who stands outside and hopes for the best. You are the God who encamps, the God whose presence fills a space so completely that darkness has nowhere to stand. The God who, when He covers something, covers it entirely. No gaps, no weak spots, no fine print. So we're covering her home tonight, every inch of it. Think about the night of Passover. The instruction was specific. Mark the doorposts, not the windows, not the roof, not a general prayer over the general area, the doorposts, the threshold, the place where outside becomes inside. God is a God of thresholds. He cares about what crosses them. And tonight, we are marking the doorposts of her home with something more powerful than anything the enemy has ever sent against her. We are marking them with the name of Jesus, which is not a formula, not a ritual, but an authority. A living, active, undefeated authority that does not negotiate and does not yield. Nothing that was sent against her will cross this threshold tonight. I want you to hear that again, slowly. Nothing that was sent against her. Not the assignment that was made in a conversation she doesn't know about. Not the spiritual pressure that's been building for days. Not the fear that's been trying to find a door. Not the discouragement that's been circling. Not the confusion that arrives at 2 a.m. and pretends to be wisdom. None of it gets in tonight, because the threshold is marked, because the name has been spoken, because she is His, and what belongs to Him is protected by Him, and He has never once lost something He decided to keep. Lord, I'm standing at the front door of her home right now, in the Spirit, and I am declaring, this door is covered. Every person who walked through it today carried something in with them. Stress, heaviness, the residue of a hard world. Lord, we release all of that now. We send it out. We declare that what remains inside these walls tonight is your peace, your presence, your protection. Angels of the Lord, and I'm speaking to them directly right now because your word says you command them concerning us. Take your positions at the front door, at the back door, at every point of entry into this home. You are on assignment tonight, not as a suggestion, not as a hope, as a command from the God who never sleeps, who never loses, who has never once failed to protect what he covers. Stand there and let nothing through. Now the windows. There's something about windows at night that the enemy likes to use. Not literally, spiritually. Windows are where the light comes in during the day, which means at night, when the light is gone, they can feel like vulnerability, like exposure, like the dark on the other side is closer than it should be. I want to reframe that for you right now. In Rahab's story, the woman who hung a scarlet cord from her window, that window became the mark of her protection. The very thing that felt like exposure became the sign of her covenant. The armies that came to destroy the city passed over her house because of what was displayed in that window. Your home is marked tonight, not by a cord, by something more permanent, by the blood of Jesus, which speaks a better word, which marks every surface it covers with an authority that no enemy force has ever successfully challenged. Lord, we cover every window of her home right now, every place where the outside world can press its face against the glass, every point of visual access, every place that felt uncertain after dark. We declare, covered. We declare, sealed. We declare, not one thing that was assigned against her rest will find a way in through these openings. Her home is not exposed tonight. Her home is marked. Let's move through the rooms now. The room where her children sleep, if she has children in this home. Lord, stand over that room with particular tenderness. Children carry more than we know. They pick up what's in the air. They absorb the weight of the adults around them, even when we think we've hidden it. They have their own fears, their own nights, their own invisible pressures. Cover them, Lord. Specifically, by name, and you know their names better than she does, because you knew them before she did. Let their sleep be deep and untroubled tonight. Let no nightmare find a foothold. Let no fear visit them in the dark. Let angels stand at the corners of their beds, the same way they stand at the corners of this home, because they are covered by the same covenant that covers her. And that covenant does not have age requirements. Her children are shielded tonight. And if she has someone in her home who is struggling, a spouse carrying weight, a family member going through something hard, Lord, cover that room too. Bring your peace into spaces where tension has taken up residence. Soften what needs softening. Quiet what needs to be quiet. Let your presence move through every hallway of this home like a slow tide coming in. Unhurried, unstoppable, covering everything it reaches. And now, the room where she is, this room, this bed, this exact space. Lord, this is holy ground tonight. Not because of what she did today, not because she earned a covering, but because you are here, and wherever you are is holy, and you are here. Let this room feel different to her right now. Let something shift in the atmosphere. Let the air feel lighter. Let the weight that came in with her begin to lift. not because it's been solved, but because it's been handed off. Because she is in the presence of the one who carries what she cannot, and presence changes things. She is safe in this room, not because the room is special, because he is in it, and he has placed his angels, not metaphorically, not as a comfort image, but as a real, active, spiritual reality in position around her bed, around this space, around the sleep she is about to enter. They are there. They were there before she pressed play. They will be there when she wakes up. The night watch is not beginning. It has already been underway. She just needed to know it. So breathe that in right now. Close your eyes, if they aren't already, and just picture it for a moment. Not with effort. Just let the image come. This room, this bed, and at every corner, at every entrance, something luminous and immovable standing guard. Not because the night is dangerous, because she is valuable. That's why the guard is there. Not because God is nervous, because you are worth protecting, because what he has placed inside you, the faith, the love, the calling, the story that isn't finished yet, is worth posting a watch over. You are worth the watch. Nothing coming in tonight, nothing crossing this threshold, nothing entering this room that does not carry peace. She is covered. This home is covered. And the God who never sleeps is awake in every corner of it right now, watching, guarding, holding the night. Rest in that. We covered what she can see, the doors, the windows, the rooms. Now, Lord, let's cover what she can't see. Because some of what's coming against her hasn't shown its face yet, and you already handled it. There's a specific kind of fear that doesn't have a name. You know the one. It's not attached to a specific situation. It's not, I'm worried about this appointment, or I'm scared about that conversation. It's something underneath all of that. A low hum. A sense that something is moving in a direction you can't quite see, and you don't know whether to brace or breathe. Some women call it a feeling. Some call it anxiety. Some call it spiritual sensitivity, that awareness that something is happening in the unseen that hasn't shown up in the visible yet. Whatever you call it, tonight I want to address it directly, because there are things moving against you that you haven't prayed about yet. Not because you forgot, but because you don't know to pray about them. You can't pray specifically for what you can't see. You can't intercede over what hasn't shown its face, but he can, and he already has. Think about Joseph, not the part of the story everyone remembers. The coat, the dreams, the palace. Think about the night before his brothers threw him in the pit. He didn't know what was coming. He went to find his brothers in good faith. He was carrying food. He was doing what his father asked. He had no intelligence report, no warning, no sense that the next 24 hours were going to reroute the entire trajectory of his life. He didn't pray against the pit that night. He couldn't have. He didn't know it was coming. But God did, and God was already working a plan that the pit was going to serve. A plan so long and so layered that it would take years to make sense of and decades to see completed. Every betrayal was a coordinate. Every detour was a direction. Everything that looked like the enemy winning was actually God positioning. Joseph didn't pray against the pit, but God was already past the pit. That is the God who is covering you tonight. Not just the God who responds to your prayers, the God who is already ahead of what you haven't thought to ask yet. The God who handles threats you never saw coming before they ever reach you. The God who says, And I want you to hear this as personally as it was meant. Before they call, I will answer. Isaiah 65:24. Before the prayer forms, before the words come, before you even know what to ask for, He has already moved. So tonight, let's pray over the unnamed things. Lord, she doesn't know everything that was sent against her this week. She doesn't know every conversation that happened about her in rooms she wasn't in. She doesn't know every plan that was formed, every spiritual assignment that was dispatched, every scheme that looked for an opening in her life. But you do. You see the end from the beginning. You see what's moving in the dark before it ever reaches the light. You are not reactive. You are already there, already working, already dismantling what she hasn't even had to face yet. So right now, Lord, on her behalf, in her place, I am asking you to handle what she doesn't know to pray about. Handle it, Lord, not just the things on the surface, the things underneath, the plans that were made against her peace, the schemes against her family, the assignments against her health that haven't shown symptoms yet, the attempts against her finances that are still forming, the spiritual pressure against her faith that's been building so slowly she almost didn't notice it. You see all of it. Handle all of it. There's an image I want to give you for this. A Secret Service agent doesn't wait for a threat to walk through the door before responding to it. Long before anyone arrives at a location, agents have already swept the building. They've checked what's underneath. They've removed what doesn't belong. They've positioned themselves at every point of potential entry. Not because something has already happened, but because something could, and their job is to make sure it doesn't. That is what God does on your behalf. He sweeps ahead. He clears what's coming before it arrives. He removes what doesn't belong in your path before your foot gets there. He is not scrambling to respond to your emergencies. He is walking 3 steps ahead of you, clearing the road, handling what would have hurt you before it ever gets close enough to try. That is the God who covers you tonight, and tonight specifically. Right now, in this moment, He is sweeping the next 24 hours of your life. Whatever tomorrow holds, whatever that conversation is going to feel like, whatever that appointment brings, whatever that situation is going to require of you, He is already there, already working, already making a way through what you can't see yet. You don't have to see it to be protected by it. Lord, I'm asking you right now to cover the things she doesn't know to name. The health concern that hasn't surfaced yet, cover it. The relationship that's about to be tested in a way she doesn't see coming, cover it. The financial pressure that's forming just outside her line of sight, cover it. The spiritual attack that's been building slowly, hoping she wouldn't notice until it was too late. Dismantle it now, Lord, before it arrives, before it has a chance to knock on her door. And for the feeling, that unnamed, low-hum feeling that something is shifting somewhere, Lord, I'm asking you to replace it, not to explain it, not to give her information she doesn't need in order to rest, but to replace the anxiety of the unknown with the peace of the one who knows everything. She doesn't need to see what's coming. She needs to know that you already saw it, and you already handled it. That is enough. That is more than enough. Can I tell you what that kind of trust looks like in practice? It looks like a woman who falls asleep tonight without knowing exactly what tomorrow holds, and doesn't need to. It looks like someone who has handed over the clipboard, not because she's checked everything off, but because she's chosen to trust the one who holds the full list, the seen and the unseen, the named and the unnamed, the known and the not yet known. It looks like rest, real rest. the kind that isn't waiting for every variable to be resolved before it arrives, the kind that comes not from certainty about the future, but from confidence in the one who holds it. That's what's available to you tonight. Not when you have more information, not when the feeling goes away, not when the situation resolves. Right now, because he already handled what you haven't even prayed about yet, and what he handles stays handled. So breathe. Let your body soften a little more into the mattress. Let your hands rest open. Let the unnamed fear, that low, ambient hum, begin to quiet, not because it's been answered, but because you are releasing it into hands that are already 3 steps ahead of it. You don't have to see the road to trust the one who paved it. He is ahead of you tonight. He always has been. We covered the unnamed things, the ones she couldn't see coming. Now let's turn to the things that were deliberately sent. The words spoken against her, the plans formed against her, the weapons that were forged and will not prosper. There are weapons that were forged against you. I'm not going to soften that or talk around it. Some of what's been pressing against your life is not random. It's not just stress, not just a hard season, not just the general difficulty of being a woman trying to hold a life together in a world that doesn't slow down for you. Some of it was aimed. Some of it has your name on it. Some of it came from places and people you trusted, and some of it came from places you'll never see. And I need you to hear this next part clearly. None of it will prosper. Not tonight. Not against you. Not against this home. Not against the people inside it. That is not wishful thinking. That is not positive confession for the sake of feeling better. That is a covenant promise from a God who has never once made a promise he didn't keep, and that promise says, plainly and without qualification, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. No weapon, not the obvious ones, not the subtle ones, not the ones you know about, not the ones you don't. None of them prosper. Let me show you what that looks like. Think about a blacksmith at a forge. He can make the weapon. He has that power. He can heat the metal, shape it, sharpen it, cool it, hold it up to the light, and see something that looks ready, something that looks dangerous, something that looks like it could do real damage. But the promise isn't that the weapon won't be made. The promise is that it won't prosper. It can be formed. It can be swung. It can even make contact. But it will not accomplish what it was designed to accomplish against you, because you are covered by a covenant that the weapon has no power to pierce. The blacksmith can forge. God decides what lands, and tonight, He has decided. Nothing forged against you prospers here. Lord, I want to bring this before you specifically, because she's been on the receiving end of some things that felt sharp. Words that landed in places she didn't know were tender until they hit. Opinions about her, spoken out loud, or just carried in someone's mind, that contradicted who you say she is. Comparisons that made her feel like she was somehow less than the version of herself she was supposed to be by now. I'm covering all of it tonight. Every word that was spoken against her character, cancel it, Lord. Let it find no place to take root. Let it slide off the covering she's under tonight, like water off a sealed surface. Every judgment made about her worth, dissolve it. Let it hold no power over how she sees herself when she wakes up tomorrow. Let the only voice that gets to define her be yours, and your voice says, beloved, chosen, worthy, mine. Every comparison that made her feel behind, or less than, or like she's somehow failing a standard she never agreed to. Lord, let it go quiet tonight. Let it have no authority in this room. Let her fall asleep knowing that she is not being measured by anyone's standard but yours, and by your measure she is not lacking. There's something else I want to address. For some women, and maybe this is you, there's a cultural weight that comes with this. A belief, inherited or absorbed, that ill will from others can follow you home. That negative energy sent in your direction has to be actively undone. That you need protection, not just from circumstances, but from what people carry against you in their hearts. I'm not going to debate the theology of it tonight. What I am going to tell you is this. Whatever you believe can come against you, God is greater than it. Every form of it, every cultural name for it, every expression of spiritual hostility aimed in your direction, whether it came from anger, from jealousy, from resentment, from something older that was passed down to someone before it ever reached you. It stops here. Think about Paul and Silas in the prison at Philippi. They had been beaten, publicly, unjustly. They were in chains, in the innermost cell, with their feet in stocks. Every visible, physical, legal circumstance was against them. Whatever weapons had been formed against them had, from the outside, appeared to prosper. And at midnight, they sang, not because the situation had changed, because they knew something about the God they served that the situation couldn't contradict. And while they sang, the foundations shook, the chains fell, the doors opened. The weapons did not prosper. They never prosper. Not ultimately. Not against the ones who are covered. Lord, I'm declaring right now over her, every assignment dispatched against her peace, canceled. Every scheme against her family, dismantled. Every word spoken in envy, in resentment, in malice, stripped of its power. Every chain that has been trying to form around her rest, her faith, her sense of who she is, broken. Tonight, in this room, she is not a woman who can be held down by what was sent against her. She is a woman who is covered, and covered women sleep. They don't stay up rehearsing what was said about them. They don't lie awake calculating whether they need to defend themselves. They don't spend the night braced against what might be coming, because they know who's standing between them and everything that was formed against them. He is unmovable, undefeated, already declared victorious over every weapon in the enemy's arsenal. And tonight, his victory is her rest. So let the shoulders drop a little more. Let the jaw unclench, again, if it tightened back up. Let the chest open. You are not unprotected. You are not at the mercy of what people think of you, what they've said about you, what they've wished for you, or what they've formed against you. You are under a covering that was purchased at a price no enemy can match and secured by a promise no circumstance can break. The weapons were forged. They will not prosper. Not against you. Not tonight. Not ever. As long as you remain under the covering of the one who made that promise and has never once broken it, you are shielded completely. On every side, rest in that. She's covered. Her identity, her home, the weapons formed against her. Now, Lord, let's turn toward the people she loves, because there's someone specific on her heart tonight, and that person needs to be covered too. There's a face that just came to mind. You didn't have to try. The moment I said someone specific, someone appeared. A name. A face. Maybe the sound of their voice, or the image of them the last time you saw them, and something felt off. Something felt fragile, Something felt like more than they were saying. That person. That's who we're praying for right now. I don't know who they are to you. Maybe it's your child. And if you're a mother, you know that particular kind of love that never fully rests. The love that stays partially awake even when you're sleeping, because some part of you is always listening for them. Maybe it's a parent whose health has been shifting in ways that scare you more than you let on. Maybe it's a friend who sent you a message last week that's been sitting in the back of your mind ever since. Maybe it's a sister, a husband, someone you haven't talked to in a while, but who showed up in a dream, or in a random thought, or in that quiet place today, where God sometimes slips things in when you're not busy enough to ignore them. Hold their face in your mind right now. Don't push it away. Don't tell yourself this prayer is for you, and you'll pray for them later. Right now is later. This is the prayer, and they are in it. Think about the friends who carried the paralyzed man to Jesus. He couldn't get there on his own. The crowd was too thick, the need too great, his own body too much of an obstacle. He needed people who loved him enough to get creative, who looked at a roof and saw a door, who weren't deterred by the logistics of the situation, because they were more focused on the destination than the difficulty. They carried him when he couldn't carry himself. That's what you're doing right now. You are carrying this person to Jesus. In your heart, on this bed, in this prayer, you are picking them up and bringing them forward. And Jesus, who saw the faith of those friends and responded to it, he sees yours. He sees that you love this person enough to bring them into a prayer that was supposed to be about your own rest. He sees that you can't fully let go of the night until you've handed them over, and he receives that. He honors that. He is not annoyed that you brought them in. He was waiting for it. Lord, she has someone on her heart tonight. You know who it is. You knew before she pressed play, before she closed her eyes, before she thought about it consciously. You placed that person in her heart because you wanted her to bring them forward, and she did. So here they are, Lord. I'm bringing them before you now. If they are sick, and some of the people on the hearts of the women listening tonight are genuinely, seriously sick, in bodies that are fighting, in hospitals, in beds of their own that don't feel like rest. Lord, be their healer tonight, not as a theological concept, as a present, active, moving reality. Be the God who made the body and knows every cell of it. Be the God who spoke to fevers and they left. Be the God who touched lepers and restored what disease had taken. Be present in their body tonight, whatever is fighting against their health, whatever is working against their wholeness. Meet it with your power, and let your power be greater. Because it is, it always has been, and it is tonight. Think about Jairus. He was a synagogue leader, a man with status, with responsibility, with a public role that required him to hold things together. And then his daughter got sick, and everything else stopped mattering. He pushed through a crowd to get to Jesus. He fell at his feet, this man of standing, this man who had a reputation to maintain, and he begged. Because love makes you willing to look desperate, because when it's your child, status doesn't matter. Dignity doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is getting to the one who can do something about it. That's this woman tonight. She may not be pushing through a physical crowd, but she pushed through her own exhaustion. She pushed through the weight of her own day, her own fears, her own need, and she is still here, still interceding, still holding the face of someone she loves in front of the God who heals. That is the faith of Jairus, and Jesus responded to that faith. Lord, respond to hers. And if the person on her heart tonight isn't sick in body, if they're sick in spirit, if they're lost, if they're in danger of a different kind, if they're in a situation that scares her because she can see where it's heading and she doesn't know how to stop it, cover them there too. Lord, reach into the places where she cannot reach, the conversations she's not in, the rooms she doesn't have access to, the internal world of this person she loves, the part of them that's struggling in ways they haven't told anyone, maybe not even themselves. Go there, meet them there, not with judgment, with the same gentleness you're using with her right now, the same patience, the same refusal to give up on someone just because they're not in a good place. You don't give up on people. That's not who you are. And tonight, she is asking you not to give up on this one. So Lord, I'm covering them, covered in the blood of Jesus. Every cell, every breath, every fear, every diagnosis, every danger, every situation that has gotten too big for human hands to manage. Covered in your peace, the specific peace that can exist in the middle of a medical crisis, in the middle of a relational collapse, in the middle of a situation that has no clean resolution yet, covered in your presence, which is not contingent on how they feel about you right now, on whether they're praying, on whether they're close or far. Your presence is not a reward for good behavior. It is a gift you give to the ones who are loved, and this person is loved. By her. By you. Completely. They are covered tonight. She can release them now. Not abandon them, release them. There's a difference. Abandoning means walking away. Releasing means opening your hands and trusting that the one who loves them more than she does is holding them more securely than she ever could. He has them. They are not lost to him. They are not out of reach. They are not too far gone, or too complicated, or too sick, or too broken for what he can do. He has them tonight, and she can sleep. Take a breath right now. Picture your hands open. And in your mind, picture yourself placing that person gently, carefully, the way you would hand something precious to someone you trust completely, into hands that are larger than yours. Steady, strong, scarred from what they paid to be trustworthy. Those hands have them. They're not going anywhere, and neither is he. She released the person she loves. She brought them forward and handed them over. Now, Lord, there's one more thing she's been holding tonight. Something closer. Something that belongs to her alone. The guilt of what she didn't do today. There's a list running somewhere in the back of your mind. You've been trying not to look at it, but it's there. The thing you meant to do and didn't. The call you keep meaning to return. The conversation you should have had differently, or should have had at all. The moment you snapped when you meant to be patient. The thing your child needed that you were too depleted to give. The person you said you'd check on and forgot. The version of yourself you intended to show up as today, and the version that actually showed up instead. You're not reviewing this list because you're a bad person. You're reviewing it because you care. Because you hold yourself to a standard that comes from love. Love for the people in your life. Love for the woman you're trying to be. And when the gap between who you intended to be and who you actually were today feels wide, the guilt comes in quietly, right around the time everything else goes silent. And tonight, in this room, in this quiet, it's louder than it should be. I know, but you don't have to figure it out tonight. Think about Peter. Not the bold one, not the one preaching at Pentecost, not the one walking on water. Think about Peter the morning after. The rooster had crowed. He had denied Jesus 3 times, the third time with a curse, which means he wasn't just scared, he was convincing. And when it landed, when he realized what he'd done, Scripture says he went outside and wept bitterly. He didn't go to Jesus. He couldn't. He went outside and fell apart. And then, after the resurrection, after everything, Jesus found him, not to confront him, not to go over the details of what happened, not to require an explanation or a sufficient expression of remorse before extending grace. Jesus found him by the water, made him breakfast, and asked him one question: "Do you love me?" Not, "Do you understand what you did?" Not, "Have you figured out how not to do it again?" Not, "Are you sufficiently sorry?" Just, "Do you love me?" Because that was the only thing that mattered to what came next. Not the perfection of Peter's performance, the sincerity of his love. That is the question God is asking you tonight. Not what did you miss today? Not how will you fix it tomorrow? Not whether your list of failings is long enough to disqualify you from peace tonight. Just, do you love me? And you do. That's why the guilt is there. That's why you care. That's why you're still here, still praying, still trying to hand it over instead of just carrying it silently into sleep. That love is enough to receive grace tonight. Lord, I want to bring her specific guilt before you right now. Not in general terms, specifically. The thing she's replaying, the thing she keeps going back to, the version of today that she wishes she could do over. You already saw it. You saw the moment it happened, and you saw what led to it, and you saw what she was carrying when it happened, and you understand things about that moment that she doesn't have language for yet, and you are not holding it over her. Let me say that again, because she needs to hear it more than once. You are not holding it over her. The accuser would like her to believe that you are. The voice that runs that list in the back of her mind, the one that sounds like conscience but feels more like condemnation, that is not your voice. Your voice convicts and restores. It does not convict and crush. There is a difference between the two, and tonight I'm asking her to notice it. Conviction says, "This matters, let's address it." Condemnation says, "This defines you, and you'll never be free of it." One of those is from God. The other is not. Think about a courtroom. There's a prosecutor whose job is to remind you of everything you've done wrong, to read the list out loud, to make sure the record reflects every failure, every inconsistency, every gap between who you said you'd be and who you actually were. The prosecutor is very good at his job. But here's what changes everything in this courtroom. There is an advocate, and the advocate has already spoken. Before the prosecutor finished the list, before the evidence was fully presented, before you even walked into the room, the advocate stood up and said, "Covered, paid for, not counted against her." Romans 8:1. And tonight I'm not citing it like a footnote. I'm applying it like medicine. There is therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Now, present tense. Not after you've done better. Not once you've made it right. Not when you've had enough time to prove the failure was an anomaly. Now, in this room, in this bed, with this list still running, with the gap between today's intention and today's reality still visible, no condemnation. Now, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about the specific thing, that's been heaviest on that list tonight. Don't push it away. Just let it be present for one more moment. And then I want you to hear this directly. You don't have to fix it tonight. If an apology needs to happen, it will happen tomorrow, when you have words and rest and the ability to mean it. If a conversation needs to happen, it will happen in daylight, when you can see clearly. If something needs to change, change requires rest, and rest requires that you put this down. Put it down. Not because it doesn't matter. It does. But because carrying it through the night doesn't change it, it only costs you the rest you need to actually address it. God does not ask you to punish yourself into a better tomorrow. He asks you to receive His grace tonight, so that tomorrow you have something to give. Open your hands right now. Literally, if you can. Palms up, and whatever that thing is, that guilt, that regret, that wish I had, place it there. Now hand it over. Not forever. Not pretending it doesn't exist. Just for tonight. Just until morning. Just long enough to sleep. He can hold it while you rest. He's held harder things than this. He held the sin of the whole world on a cross and didn't drop it. He can hold the weight of one woman's imperfect Tuesday night without losing His grip. Give it to Him and let your hands go empty. Empty hands don't carry weight. Empty hands are open to receive what tomorrow brings. The grace, the words, the ability to do it differently, the fresh mercy that is already waiting for you on the other side of this sleep. You don't have to earn your way to tomorrow. You just have to let tonight be tonight, and trust that He is already making tomorrow ready for you. The guilt does not get to come to bed with you. Leave it at His feet, and rest. She's put down the list. Her hands are empty. And now, Lord, we're going to make it official. The night watch begins. She can close her eyes. Someone who doesn't sleep is already on guard. Close your eyes. Not because the prayer is over, because the guard has arrived. And when the guard arrives, you don't have to keep watch anymore. That's what this moment is. The night watch has begun. Not beginning, begun. Past tense. It started before you pressed play. It was already underway when you found your way to bed tonight. The God who never sleeps had already taken His position before you pulled the covers up, before you put the earbuds in, before you carried the weight of this day through the door of this room. He was already here. He is already watching. And your only assignment right now, your only one, is to let your body believe what your spirit has been hearing. Think about a lighthouse keeper. For centuries, before automation, someone had to stay awake through the night to keep the light burning. Ships depended on it. Lives depended on it. The keeper's job was not glamorous, it was singular. Stay awake. Keep the light. Watch the water, so that the ships could navigate safely without having to see everything themselves. The ship didn't have to stay awake to arrive safely. The keeper did that. You are the ship tonight, and the keeper, the one who does not slumber, does not sleep, does not grow weary, does not lose focus in the middle of the night when everything is dark and quiet, and it would be easy to let attention drift. He is already at His post. You don't have to keep the light burning tonight. He has it. So let's do something together, slowly. I want you to notice your body right now. Not with effort, just with awareness. Start at the top of your head and move down your forehead. Let it go smooth. You've been furrowing it, maybe without knowing. Let it release. Let the skin there soften. Your jaw. It's probably still holding something. Let it drop, just slightly. Let your teeth part. Let the muscles along your jawline stop working. Your shoulders. They've been up near your ears all day, haven't they? Let them fall. Just let gravity do what it's been waiting to do all evening. Down. Back. Released. Your chest. Take a slow breath in. All the way in. Let it expand. And then let it go. Long. Slow. And with it, let go of something you've been gripping in there. You know what it is. Just let it go with the breath. Your hands. Open them if they're still closed. Palms up. This is the physical posture of someone who is not holding anything anymore. Good. That's the body of a woman who is about to sleep. Think about Elijah under the juniper tree. He had just come from one of the greatest displays of God's power in all of Scripture. Fire from heaven. 450 prophets of Baal defeated. A 3-year drought broken by his prayer. And then, immediately after, he ran. He was exhausted in a way that went beyond physical. He sat down under a tree and said, "It is enough. I can't do this anymore." And God's response was not a sermon. It was not a correction. It was not get up and keep going. There's more work to do. God sent an angel. The angel touched him and said, "Arise and eat." There was bread. There was water. And then he lay down again. God let him sleep twice, because God understood something that Elijah had forgotten in his exhaustion. Rest is not a reward for finishing. Rest is what makes finishing possible. Rest is not the end of the story. It is what God gives you in the middle of it, so that you can continue. You are under the juniper tree tonight, and God is not asking you to get up yet. He's saying, rest. There is bread. There is water. The journey is too great for you without it. So rest, not because you've earned it, because He's offering it. Lord, I want to speak directly to her body right now, the body that carried today, every task, every emotion, every moment of showing up when she didn't feel like it. This body did a lot today, and it doesn't always get acknowledged for that. So let me acknowledge it. Good body. You did enough today. You can stop now. Lord, let her muscles release. Every place where she stored tension, her shoulders, her neck, her lower back, the place behind her eyes that aches when she's been holding things for too long, let it go soft now. Let restoration begin, the kind that happens while she sleeps, the kind that you built into the design of her from the beginning, the cellular repair, the emotional processing, the neurological rest that only comes when she finally stops. Let it all begin now, and let her sleep be deep, not restless, not the kind of sleep that leaves her more tired than before, the kind of sleep that you designed sleep to be, genuinely restorative, the kind where she wakes up and something actually feels different, lighter, more possible. That's the sleep I'm asking for her tonight. The angels are in position. I said it before and I'll say it again. Not as repetition, but as a settling of something that needs to settle all the way down at the corners of her bed. At the door of this room, at the threshold of this home, at every point of entry into her night, they are there, assigned, commissioned, unmovable. She does not have to monitor the night. She does not have to stay partially awake, the way she sometimes does, listening for something she can't name. She does not have to keep one ear open. She does not have to be ready. The readiness is not hers tonight. It is His, and He does not tire. He does not drift. He does not check out at midnight because the shift got long. He is as awake at 4 in the morning as He is right now, as attentive, as present, as committed to her protection, as if she were the only person in the world He was watching over. She is not the only one, but she is fully known, and being fully known by an infinite God means she gets all of Him, all of His attention, all of His care, all of His watchfulness all night. She can let go of the night. So here it is, the moment, not the end of the prayer, but the beginning of the rest. Let your body get heavy. Let your thoughts slow down, not because you've resolved them, but because you've released them. Let them get quieter. Let the space between one thought and the next get wider. Let the urgency that lives in your chest start to dissolve. Not because everything is okay in the way the world means okay, but because you are in the arms of the one who is greater than everything that isn't okay, and His arms don't let go. You are held. You are shielded until morning, when you wake up, and you will wake up rested, because that is what God is giving you tonight. The mercy will be new. The strength will be there. The things that need to be addressed will still be there. Yes, but so will the grace to address them. All of that is waiting for you on the other side of this sleep. For now, just this. Just the breath. Just the weight of the covers. Just the quiet. Just Him. The night watch has begun. You can close your eyes now. The watch is in place. Her body is beginning to rest. Before we close, there's one more thing she needs to hear. Not about what she does, about who she is. Because she should fall asleep knowing that her value was never in her performance today. Before you fall asleep, I need to tell you who you are, not what you did today. Not what you didn't do. Not the version of yourself you managed to produce under pressure, or the version that fell short of what you intended. Not the role you played: mother, wife, daughter, friend, worker, caretaker, the strong one, the one who holds it together. Who you are, underneath all of that. Before any of that. The part of you that exists before the morning alarm, and after the last thing gets done, and through every moment in between that no one else sees. That woman, she is who I'm talking to right now, and I need her to hear this before she sleeps, because the enemy works hard to make sure she goes to bed believing something smaller than the truth. He knows that what you believe about yourself at the end of the day has a way of shaping what you reach for at the beginning of the next one. And if he can get you to close your eyes carrying a diminished version of your own identity, tired, ordinary, behind, not quite enough, then tomorrow starts from a deficit. Tonight we're ending that. Think about a piece of art in a museum. It doesn't have to do anything to be valuable. It doesn't perform. It doesn't justify its price tag by being useful. It doesn't apologize for taking up space. It simply is, and the value was assigned by the one who made it, not by what it produces. You are not a machine. You are not a function. You are not the sum of what you accomplished today, or how well you managed the emotions of the people around you, or whether you got through your list, or how patient you were, or how well you prayed. You are a work of God's hand, and the value was assigned before you ever did a single thing, before you were useful to anyone, before you had a role or a responsibility or a track record, before you were born. Your value was decided by the one who made you, and it has never been subject to revision based on your performance. That value is intact tonight, completely, fully, unchanged by today. Lord, I want to speak over her identity right now, not the identity she's built over the years, the capable one, the responsible one, the one who shows up. That identity is real, and it matters, and you honor it. But underneath it, before it, deeper than it, she is your daughter, not metaphorically, covenantally, with all the rights and securities and access that come with that position. The right to come boldly to the throne, the security of being known completely and loved completely at the same time, the access to a father who is never too busy, never too tired, never too disappointed to receive her. That is who she is tonight, not based on today, based on you. Think about the younger son in the parable. He came back with a rehearsed speech. He had it ready. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. He had already decided what category he belonged in based on what he'd done. He had pre-assigned his own diminished identity before he even came within sight of the house. And the father, who saw him while he was still a great way off, ran, not walked, not waited at the door with folded arms, ran. And before the son could finish his speech, before the rehearsed words were all the way out of his mouth, the father was already calling for the robe, the ring, the sandals, the feast. The father did not receive him as a hired servant. He received him as a son, because the father's love did not operate on the son's definition of his own worth. The father had a different definition, one that the son's choices had not been able to revise. God has a definition of you that today did not revise. Whatever you came to bed believing about yourself tonight, whatever smaller version of your own worth slipped in through the cracks of the day, I am standing at the door of that belief right now, and I am telling you, that is not the Father's definition. The Father's definition is running toward you. It has the robe. It has the ring. It is calling for a feast, not because you earned it, but because you came home. You came home tonight, and home is where you are known correctly. She is covered. I want to say that slowly, like it's three separate truths, because it is. She is covered, meaning there is something between her and everything that was sent against her. A shield she did not manufacture, a covering she did not earn, a protection that operates independently of her performance and depends entirely on the faithfulness of the one who promised it. She is held, meaning she is not floating. She is not untethered. She is not managing her own weight in the dark, trying to keep herself from falling. There are hands underneath her. Strong hands, scarred hands. She is not alone, meaning the loneliness that visited her today, the kind that comes when you've been surrounded by people and still felt unseen, the kind that comes when you've given everything and had nothing given back, the kind that sits in the chest like a stone at the end of a long day. That loneliness is not the truth about her situation. The truth is, he is here. He was here before she arrived. He'll be here when she wakes. He is here in the space between the words of this prayer, in the pauses, in the breath, in the quiet that is settling over this room right now like something warm and unhurried. She is not alone. Lord, I want to speak over the places in her that stopped expecting to be loved well, the places that got quiet over time, not dramatically, not all at once, but slowly, through accumulated small moments where she needed something and it wasn't there, through years of being the one who gives more than she receives, through the gradual, almost imperceptible process of learning to need less, not because she became content, but because needing felt too risky. Those places. Meet her there tonight, not with noise, with presence. The kind of presence that doesn't need to announce itself. The kind that she'll feel in the morning as a warmth she can't quite explain. A sense that something was tended to while she slept. That something that had been contracted for a long time is slowly opening again. Let her wake up a little more open than she was when she lay down. Let her wake up remembering, even if just faintly, that she is loved in a way that is not conditional on her output. That she is held in a way that does not require her to hold herself together first. That she is seen by the one whose seeing is the most complete, most accurate, most faithful seeing she will ever experience. Let that be the first thing her spirit reaches for tomorrow. Your worth was not decided today. It was decided before the foundation of the world, when God, who sees all of time at once, looked at every version of you that would ever exist, every day you would ever have, every failure, and every grace moment, and every ordinary Tuesday that felt like nothing, and decided, worth it, worth creating, worth knowing, worth the sacrifice, worth calling, worth the watch tonight, worth every bit of it. That is not a feeling. It is not a mood. It is not something you have to work yourself into believing on good days and lose again on hard ones. It is a fixed, permanent, theologically grounded reality that today's performance did not touch and tomorrow's challenges will not move. You are worth it, completely, as you are. Right now, in this bed, with this weight, in this body, on this particular night, worth it. So let that be what you carry into sleep. Not the list, not the guilt, not the weight of what was said, or not said, or what you wish you'd done differently. This, she is covered, she is held, she is not alone. Say it quietly if you can, just to yourself, just once. I am covered, I am held, I am not alone. Let those words be the last ones your conscious mind holds before sleep takes over. Let them be the truth your spirit rests on when the words stop and the quiet begins. You are covered, all the way, all night, by the one who decided your worth before you ever had a chance to earn it, and has never once changed his mind. She knows who she is. She's covered, held, not alone. Now, Lord, one last thing, a blessing over her sleep, her dreams, and the morning that's coming. Soft now. She's almost there. You're almost there. I can feel it. The breath is slower now. The thoughts are getting softer around the edges, less urgent, less insistent. The weight that came in with you tonight is not gone entirely, but it's not yours anymore. You handed it over. You let the guilt go. You brought the person you love forward and placed them in hands stronger than yours. You received the truth about who you are. You did the work tonight. And now, the only thing left is to receive the rest. So let me bless it. Think about the way a parent checks on a sleeping child. They don't knock. They don't call out. They just open the door, quietly, carefully, and stand there for a moment, looking, making sure the covers are up, making sure the breathing is steady, making sure everything is okay. And then they close the door softly, and they stay nearby. That is what God does with you tonight. He checks. He watches. He stays, not because he's anxious, because he loves you, because you are his, and he takes that seriously. And there is not a moment of this night, not the middle of it, not the deepest part of it, not the hour before dawn, when everything feels thin, where he will not be standing in the doorway, keeping watch. You are checked on. You are covered. You can sleep. Lord, I want to bless her sleep. Not just the physical act of sleeping, the whole of it. The going under. The dreaming. The hours that belong to you because they are beyond her control. The cellular repair. The emotional processing. The way the mind reorganizes itself in the dark and sometimes finds clarity in the morning that wasn't available at night. All of it. Bless it. Let her sleep be deep enough to actually restore. Not the surface kind. Not the sleep of someone who is resting their body while their mind keeps running. The real kind. The kind that feels like a gift when you wake up from it. If she dreams, let the dreams be peaceful. Let them be, at worst, neutral. Let no nightmare find a foothold tonight. Let no image disturb what you are doing in her while she rests. And if you want to speak to her in that space, in the soft, unguarded place between sleep and waking, speak. She is listening even when she doesn't know she's listening. You know how to reach her there. Let her wake up lighter, not because the circumstances will have changed. Some of them won't, not overnight. But because she will have changed, just slightly, in the way that a good night of rest always changes a person. More spacious, more able, more ready to face what today couldn't resolve. That is what I'm asking for her, Lord. And when morning comes, let it come gently, not like an alarm that yanks her back. Like light, coming slowly through a window. Like something that gives her a moment, just a moment, before the day begins again, to remember where she was tonight. To remember that she was covered. To remember that she was held. To remember that she laid something down and he kept it. Let that be her first thought, not the list, not the worry, not the thing that needs to be handled today. Him, Aridwala, Krostan Meharan. Let him be the first thought, the first breath of the morning directed somewhere good, the first quiet moment before everything starts again, belonging to the one who was awake all night while she rested. Let her wake up grateful, and let the gratitude be specific, not generic, not performed. The real kind. The kind that comes from a woman who knows, in her body, and not just her theology, that she was kept through the night by something greater than herself. She is covered. She is held. She is not alone. The night watch continues. It does not end when this prayer does. It does not end when the audio stops. It does not end at any point between now and morning. The guard does not change shifts. The keeper does not sleep. She is shielded until morning, and morning is already prepared for her. The mercy that will meet her when she opens her eyes, it is already there. Waiting, fresh, specifically calibrated for what tomorrow holds, for what she'll need, for the version of her that will wake up on the other side of this rest. It is already there. She doesn't have to reach for it yet. She doesn't have to prepare for it. She just has to sleep and trust that when she arrives at morning, morning will be ready for her. It will be. It always is. So this is your blessing. May your body rest completely tonight. Every muscle, every nerve, every system that has been working since before the sun came up. May it finally, fully, stop. May your mind grow quiet, the thoughts softer, the urgency gone, the space between one idea and the next growing wider and wider, until there is only stillness. May your spirit stay connected, even in sleep, even in the unconscious hours, tethered to the one who holds you. May you wake up feeling that connection, even if you can't explain it. May the people you love be covered tonight. Every name you carried into this prayer, every face that appeared in your mind, every person you released into his hands. May they be held through the night the same way you are held. And may tomorrow be gentler than today. May you wake up and feel it. Something shifted. Something that needed to move, moved. Something that needed to lift, lifted. Something that was too heavy to carry into morning has been quietly, faithfully, completely handled while you slept. Because he does that. That is who he is. Come back tomorrow night. This place will be here. This prayer will be here. Whatever tomorrow brings, and some days bring a lot, there is somewhere to land at the end of it. Come back. There is a prayer I've been saving for you, for the specific thing that tends to visit you in the middle of the week, when the newness of Monday is gone and the rest of Friday still feels far. I don't want you to face that night without it. Come back tomorrow. It'll be here. But for now, close your eyes. The watch has been set. The covering is in place. The God who never sleeps is awake over you. And you can rest.